as the seniors get out on track. Oscar Pedersen and Rafael Kamara on the front of the grid from Dan Breeze and Nicolo Kuman. Then on row 3 it is Joel Bergström who will line up alongside Joe Turney, then Caspian Hagman and Olin Gali, Lenny Reed and Evan Gilter. Norton Andreasen and Ivan Dominguez from Roman Andriolo and Jesse Carrasquedo, then Francesco Marenghi and Matthias Mogato. Many times over, but he's obviously feeling the pinch. He wants to go for the victory. This is going to be more like it, I think. We should get the start this time. Green, 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 and up to the first corner. And it's a cracking start from Daniel Breeze. He's going to draw alongside Pedersen. He doesn't move around the outside. Kamara takes the lead. What a launch from Oscar Pedersen, but Kamara got the better start. So Kamara gets through into the lead from Pedersen, and then it is Nicolo Kuman, the Italian, who has moved his way up into third position. Cracking start though from Kamara, right round the outside, swept Bill before him, held it together, and now the Brazilian leads.
Yeah, that's what they had to do, having a great start, that's what they did, and now he's leading the way into that last qualifying heat of the day here in Campillos. And Oscar Pedersen, with not much of a surprise, is under investigation, as in the meantime one of the DPK Racing drivers is being overtaken. That's the 36 being attacked. Nicolas Kuman, who's losing a place to Joel Bergström for 4th, yes indeed, as Kamara is leading in front of Oscar Pedersen, under investigation for missing 3 start attempts. That's very much logical, as Maximilian Popov was investigated earlier today. So, lap 1 completed. We have Rafael Kamara leading the way on Oscar Pedersen, Nicolo Kuman in 3rd. 4th place for Joel Bergström. This was Daniel Breeze losing 4th place to Joel Bergström. My apologies. He's now in 5th in front of Joe Turney, Caspian Hagman. Then we have Gilter, Gali, Andreasen and Carrasquedo.
Lecertua, I think that is moving up. Oh no, sorry, that's Gilter. Gilter has gone through, so Gigi makes up another place there. And it looks as though we've got a mechanical problem for Ivan Dominguez. Ivan Dominguez has dropped down to the back of the field. He's got a mechanical issue with the DPK kart, and that has really caused a bit of an issue for Ivan Dominguez, who was running a very good race up to that point, but things are very tricky indeed for him. So Dominguez is slowly falling down to the very tail end of the field. So Kamara, Pedersen, then it is Bergström now who is in front of his teammate Kuman, so he's managed to get through into 3rd position. Dan Breeze is still having a good run in 5th position in front of Joe Turney, and then it is Evan Gilter from Olin Gali, the Brazilian. But what can Rafael Kamara do about Oscar Pedersen now that Pedersen has got back into the lead? And let's not forget, of course, that Pedersen may well be up in front of the stewards later, as he is, of course, under investigation for 3 false starts in a row. And if he gets a penalty at this stage, that is catastrophic for his World Championship chances.
I wonder if Rafael Kamara actually landing through, knowing that it could be the possibility for him of having a penalty afterwards. Of course, that's not part of who Rafael Kamara is really. He's a true competitor, so I'm sure he's going to try to fight back. But having that in mind, maybe that could play actually as a part in his strategy. We're not there yet. This is only lap number 3. And Kamara is holding to his 2nd position. He's going to have to go defensive already, because Joel Bergström from Forza is doing a great job at catching up the Brazilian. Look at him go already. Glued on the way to turn number 14, as Oscar Pedersen is being able to pull away just for now. So there's going to be the battle for 2nd between Kamara and Joel Bergström coming his way very quickly. Then Nicolas Kuman still in 4th, losing a bit of momentum on his teammate, about to attack Rafael Kamara, the young Brazilian from Czech Republic. Let's try to see if he can hold on to his position into the 1st sector, coming to turn number 5. But just a couple of meters splitting the two. And we have Kuman, Joe Turney making his way up to 5th, getting past Daniel Breeze. So another place lost, I'm afraid, for the young Spaniard from DPK. Now 6th in front of Gigi, Evan Gilter. Olin Gali is 8th, Norton Andreasen is 9. Then we have Romain Andriolo from VDK making his way up to 10th in front of Caspian Hagman at the moment.
So let's see what Joel Bergström is going to do about the Brazilian star in front of him, Rafael Kamara, vice champion of Europe, doing a fantastic job in behind Andrea Kimi Antonelli right to the very last race of the season at Zuera in Spain. But here we are in Campillos, and he's got a chance. Here's Bergström on the inside line, and Kamara has to let him go. He doesn't really have an option on that one. So Bergström gets passed into position, and now the number 2, Rafael Kamara, slips into P3. Nicolo Kuman is not far away. Joe Turney doing a grand job in 5th place from Breathe. Gilter, Andreasen, Gali, and then it is Roman Andriolo and Caspian Hagman still in the fight for the top 10. Jesse Carrasquedo doing a fair job in 12th place in front of Hiltbrand, who's made up 6 places. And then it is Lenny Reitz in front of Francesco Marenghi and Flavio Olivieri. Roman Andriolo gets the fastest lap, a 60.50 for him. Fastest of all in the 1st sector on that last lap. That definitely helped. But Oscar Pedersen is drawing clear of Bergstrom and Kamara.
A quick word about Andriolo, actually, in the VDK racing team. It's fair to say that so far we haven't seen much of the Belgian team that remains one of the strongest force in the direct drive classes. But with some of the standard bearers being Evan Gilter and Ariel Elkin at the top of the pack, it's fair to say that the Belgian team has been missing a bit of pace since the start of the weekend. And watch out, run inside. Joe Turney is going ahead of Nicolas Coman. It was beautifully put together, but Turney is back, making a place up to 4th in front of Nicolas Coman, as Daniel Briz is trying to catch up as well with the 2. Young driver from DPK into turn number 1. But Joe Turney, after his scary stunt earlier today as he was pushed outside of the track on the way to turn number 10 against the tire wall, it was a heavy crash, heavy hit for Joe Turney, but he's very much solid, the British driver, and he was back behind the wheel in no time, as now he seems to have found back his pace, making his way up to 4th.
Yeah, Joe Turney has lead balloons where his biceps and bones should be. He's very, very strong, is Joe Turney. You're not going to stop him from racing if there's even half a chance of getting a decent result. And the 37, Daniel Breath, is now closing up on Nicolas Coman to put his own impression on the Forza Racing driver up in front of him. Daniel Breath, one of the newest faces in the OK Senior category. Hasn't been that long since he's come out of the junior category, but here he is, battling away on the inside. It's going to be a late dive, but he gets there on Coman. Coman might have to get a slingshot maneuver to get back on terms with him, but Breath has got the pace. Turney has got the pace on Kamara now. He is reeling in the Brazilian. So we've got 2 separate battles going on here, one for 3rd and one for 5th. And Kamara is really going to struggle to hold off Joe Turney the way that the British driver is pushing. In fact, has Turney already got through? Yes, he has. Turney's already got Kamara. Well, that was very quick indeed from the British driver, so he's now in 3rd place past the Brazilian.
I wonder if Joe Turney actually went for a fresher rubber for this last qualifying heat, because he has all to lose. He's 36 down in the classification as it stands because of his retirement. Otherwise, he had a 5th and a 3rd. So he's really one of the top contenders in this class. Once again, Joe Turney on his way right now to another 3rd place result in front of Kamara. But if it wasn't for his scary incident and his retirement as a result, he would have been, currently in the top 5 of the drivers, that's for sure. But now he's dragging at the back end of the 36th position. There's only 36 indeed qualified for the final straight away tomorrow, so there's really the need for a good result for Joe Turney, maybe on the stronger, fresh tyres for this time around.
It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Joe is one of these people who likes to use good tactics and good strategy to his advantage. He runs the gauntlet a little bit going into tomorrow, but I know from his point of view actually he doesn't run the gauntlet going into tomorrow, because for the man in the E group, he won't get another heat tomorrow, so he really needs to make good advantage of this. So he needs to make hay while the sun shines, as Roman Andriolo might well have done the same thing here with Evan Gilter. Oscar Pedersen, though, is doing a fine job leading the way here. Joel Bergstrom in 2nd place, and Joe Turney, the leading driver of the evens off the grid, is in 3rd position ahead of Rafael Kamara, Daniel Breeze and Nicolas Coman. So they may as well adopt these tactics to try and make gains, but obviously Joe Turney utilising the strategy best at this point in proceedings to move up into 3rd position of this one. He still has time to get Bergstrom in 2nd place. He's going to have to drive like stink, but when does Joe Turney do anything other than flat out?
And we just saw that happening into turn number 14, but Evan Gilter unfortunately dropped another place to Norton Andreasson, I think it was. He has confirmation as a world racing driver. He's now up a place in front of the VDK. So it's not going quite according to plan for Evan Gilter ever since his world championship started. And watch out for the battle here between Rafael Kamara and Daniel Briz. Briz got a bit of pace back since the early stages of this race. Is now threatening Rafael Kamara for 4th place. Kamara not quite able to catch up and to stay in the shadow of Joe Turney, who is now having to explain himself with Joel Bergstrom. So great battle, and there comes Daniel Briz around the inside of Kamara, who's dropping another place on the top 5 for the Brazilian. So it's not really his race as so far for Rafael Kamara. With Daniel Briz up a position, Joe Turney is coming very close to Joel Bergstrom. In the meantime, we have to keep an eye on that. But further back as well, we saw another move coming up as I think it was Andriolo, indeed, Roman Andriolo getting ahead of Nicolas Coman for 6th place.
Yeah, good final effort here from Roman Andriolo, who's really making his weekend a positive one at the end of today, trying to get as much out of this final race as possible. Joe Turney still pushing Joel Bergstrom. in the hope that he can come up with a strong result at the end of this race, and he is catching Bergstrom rapidly. The gap less than half a second visually now as they come through. It's only about 3 and a bit tenths of a second. So Joe Turney is absolutely hammering the throttle in these apexes to try and close in on Joel Bergstrom. It's going to need a brave maneuver, but down at the bottom of that back straight, he might just be able to pull one of those off. He closes right up on Bergstrom in the breaking point. This man, though, Oscar Pedersen, don't forget, is under investigation. So even though he's going to come through for the race victory, he may not be able to keep it. We'll have to see what happens, but certainly up in front and on the road, Oscar Pedersen has done the job. Joel Bergstrom will be second on the road, Joe Turney third. So Oscar Pedersen, despite his investigation, comes through to take the checkered flag in first place. Pedersen gets the job done on the road. Bergstrom second, Turney in third from Breathe, Kamara, Andriolo, Kuman and Anderson. Well, what an interesting battle that was, but is that result going to stay that way?
Yeah, we will keep you informed, obviously, throughout the official website of the World Championship, FIKarting.com, where the official results will be published throughout the night tonight. So Oscar Pedersen finishing his day on a high with another win for him, and World Racing for 1.9 seconds in front of Joel Bergstrom. Joe Turney running out the top three in front of Daniel Briz, Rafa Camara, Roman Andriolo, a 7-position climb for the VDK Racing driver from Nicola Kuman, Noto Adriansen, Gilter, Casper Negman, Jessica Scaredo, Pedro Hilbrand down in 12, from Lenny Reed, Arnin Galli, as well as Matthias Morgato, Noah Milel and Francesco Marenghi down in 17.
Well, a fabulous race and a fabulous battle. 18th position, Flavio Olivieri in front of Ella Stevens. That's her best result of the week so far. Sandro Hotzem in front of brother Giuliano. Then Andrea Vibriantit. She's done a good job to be in 22nd place, Vibriantit. Then Jose Gomez, Nathan Sharp, Ivan Dominguez, who's dropped back after a mid-race incident. I thought it was a mechanical problem. In fact, he was edged wide off the curbs and ended up losing a massive amount of ground. Then Max Obst, Matthias Pierre, Jacobus Bogdanovicius, and the Australian Jesse Lacey. And very impressively, despite the hectic nature of that last race, everybody came home.
Yes, indeed. After 3 successful attempts, the 4th one was the good, and in the end, everybody home. That's always a positive sign, indeed. To wrap things up, this has been the Saturday of qualifying races here on beautiful Karting Campillos, and you know, all the way until the end. No rain coming our way. Maybe tonight, certainly tomorrow. That's what we've been expecting for quite a while. We had a bit of rain this morning. A few drops coming our way during the afternoon, but nothing to worry about. But it's been dry. It's been rather sunny. It's been very windy, and it has been certainly exciting on track.
Certainly has. Thanks, Guillaume. It's been a great race up in the commentary box, and thanks to Felipe Massa, who joined us a little earlier as well.